Rating every Drake album on a scale from 1 to 10 because I'm a Drake fanboy. My voice cracked, but let's get it. Okay, so first off, we have Take Care. I'd give this one an 8. I think the vibe of it is amazing from start to finish, pretty much. The only thing I don't like about it is that I think some of the beats sound a bit cheap and maybe even a bit dated. Okay, next up we have Nothing Was the Same. I'd give this one an 8 too. Higher energy than Take Care, but I think the vibe of it is still really great from start to finish. The thing I don't like about this one is also that I think some of the beats sound a bit cheap and dated, and also there's a few boring songs on the second half of the album, in my opinion. Okay, so next up we have If You're Reading This, It's Too Late, which I would give a 9.5. I think it's definitely his best album. I love how skeletal and bare the beats are, to the point where every single sound feels like it's so important for the song. And also, those stripped back instrumentals give Drake the opportunity to have his confident rapping and his great vocals as the center of attention, and I feel like he delivers completely. Next, we have Views, which I would give a 5.5. I like the moody vibe of it, and I think the first half of the album is honestly solid with songs like Weston Road Flows and You With Me, but I feel like the album kind of falls apart in the second half. I think there's just too much different stuff going on, and I think the songs get kind of boring. Then we have More Life, which I would give a 9. I think that this is easily Drake's most underrated album. I love how he experiments with all these different sounds, and I think that he pulls off all these different styles really well and manages to meld them all together into a cohesive sounding project. It also has some of my favorite songs of all time on it, with Do Not Disturb, Free Smoke, and a couple others. So yeah, really good album. Project. Playlist. Next up we have Scorpion, which I would give a 5.5. I think the album's a bit overhated, just because there's barely any songs that are straight up terrible to me. And I think the vibe of the album is actually decent, but there's just barely any songs that really stand out at me and grab me. Next up we have Dark Lane Demo Tapes. I'd give this one a 5.5. I think the first 3 songs are amazing, and I think a lot of the beats are actually pretty solid too, but I think there's just too many forgettable and boring songs to give it more than a 5.5. And finally we have Certified Lover Boy, which I should give a 10 just based off of the cover art alone, but I'll try to be unbiased and just go off of the music. So the thing with this album is I feel like Drake's performances are honestly really good. I like the deliveries and the flows and even the content, but I think the main problem I have with this album is just the beats. Like, so many of the beats just sound cheap and forgettable to me. So overall, I'd give this album a 5. Like, it could have been really good, but I think the beats just really kneecap it. So in conclusion, listen to More Life if you're sleeping on it. And that's everything. Peace. Thanks for watching.